Our guys back. Week 14 going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was able to go back in there and fix my depth chart and all that, but I still don't have 3 abilities on defense. I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but oh, I came back. Okay, good. So we got Marshall. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm actually cool with that. Nobody got hurt. Oh no, in practice. Weekly awards. Can't remember if I think I did, but yeah. Malik and Aiden Hutchinson got it. And if we go look at records, he didn't break the record, but they should have put him at least in the conversation. He should be here, but for whatever reason, they don't count half sacks. But he should be right up under Claiborne, because they have 5.5. But in their eyes, he only had 5. So it is what it is. Let's get it. I think I played them before. Let's see, they got a new dude. Derwin James, Unfakeable Lumberjack. Alex Claiborne. Got inside stuff and blitz. He's a defensive tackle. Marlon Humphrey is my guy. I ain't been able to get him. And Bradley Chubb. And I think I chose to run inside of them, but as I see, that is not going to work. They can wear the all black. That's cool with me. And then we'll just wear the all blue. Let's get it.
It's week 14 of the National Football League, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Broncos and the Steelers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gunn joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. We know how well they throw the football, but they're going to have their work cut out for them in this one. Yeah, they're going up against a top 5 unit in the league, and this is a defense. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Well coached, they execute really, really well, and terrific leadership on that side of the ball. So precision, that's going to have to be a key for them in this one.
Alright, let's get it.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating
17-11, he not have no good game or good season.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win
the game. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
right? 2 touchdown passes last week. 2 touchdown passes,
but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They messed it up.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And
we got Marshawn
to open things up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle.
There we go, Cal. Play somebody out.
3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And this defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. To the sideline.
Should watch underneath. That's on me.
Able to drag the feet. He's going to
I was playing Ryan Tannehill. That's what he do.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage.
So Jordan just pulled his little ass back.
That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends to the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
Tannehill on 3rd down.
Wow, that's sliding.
Swung out to Williams. Evades the tackler, and now some space.
Hey, Cal. That was a nice fumble. Oh, he was tired already. Man, just stiff arm somebody.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill.
Sack.
He's going to go down. Back
Kelly.
at the 27-yard line.
Aiden Hutchinson, I think, got a part of that.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes
Or was it Jermaine? It was somebody, I'm not sure.
To bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he
Aiden Hutchinson getting in there again.
Incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Tannehill.
Sack. Aiden Hutchinson. Let's go.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking
that's a
games
miss.
together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve.
Shout out to the O-line.
Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker.
And this is
oh my gosh. He's a receiver out here, guys. This man just mossed a corner or a safety or whoever that was.
And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now
that still might be too much on it. That thing was going, nah, that's perfect. Come on, Coop.
Just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche.
Sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tannehill.
That's picked off.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Good job, Honey Badger.
This one back into the end zone.
And throw it right through.
And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that. And now the kick is away. 1. The 20 to the 22-yard line.
It was on his head.
And now Ryan Tannehill
What they finna show him being hit?
of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Tannehill. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is intercepted.
I tried to keep him from going out of bounds.
They'll say no interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion.
That's me.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Kenneth.
Murray. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And this throw a bit.
Well, he was perfect last week, and then he just comes out here and throws a inaccurate bullet pass for no reason.
I gotta say, it's going to be this cold.
All right.
I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's
inaccurate bullet pass. Okay.
Crazy. Now here's a look for the end zone.
Wide open.
That one's going to wind up incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And this pass
and now we drop it.
Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take
number 19. That's Smoke Monday.
At the line to start their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to drop
you got her. Good job, Ringo.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
17-0 our score after 1. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Finding Williams once more. Complete.
Hey, that's coach.
Catch good for only a couple.
We'll knock him out.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
All right, I got something for that.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun here.
Oh my gosh.
Loses the football.
This man, Justin.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home.
Sad Michael Parsons. I don't know if they gave half to Jermaine, but
he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Hunter Nice-Swander on to punt now on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
Come on, bro.
And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5.
Make that one block. I'm at least getting to the 15.
That one out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open.
The patience in the pocket.
And mark him down.
Despite being in our own end zone.
39. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP. And it'll be intercepted.
What the hell?
Picked up by Justin Reed. And the
I
Steelers are
don't
going
know
to get
about that one. Bless you. That shit was too low for him to get that. I don't know.
Here is the ball will come out to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No,
Michael.
Oh, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3
Man,
scores
strong.
already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just
On
called it
the right
desperation time.
side.
I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Kenneth Murray with another one.
Here in this half, it's intercepted.
Oh,
Picked by Kenneth Murray, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right
it's a
side.
dot.
That's caught at the 2. Touchdown. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Broncos continue to pull away here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Josh.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start?
Sack. Aiden Hutchinson. This man has been on fire 2nd half of the season.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now a handoff. Here's Williams.
Jordan Davis.
And that won't
the
buy
stuff.
much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll go down for a loss.
Justin Flo.
Now the Broncos
he has been doing it all season.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taken from just outside the 30.
Horrible blocks.
A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, let's go.
That's caught inside the
Trey Long.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line.
Hey, Josh.
Backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Hayden Hutchinson. He does it all.
First down as this is knocked away.
And out here swatting passes.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the
it.
ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. But one more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 30. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining.
Thank you.
In quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in.
Wow.
How
is that even? CA, bro.
So we come
Can't question nothing.
With the visiting Broncos taking an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Can't question nothing, bro.
As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway from the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
2nd down and inches. And
nice.
able to hook up there, incomplete.
They got to pass that more to the outside.
On the year following their latest victory, and during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season.
Oh, I don't know how
he
able to speed up and catch that, but thank you.
Way back on December 2nd of '85, but then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Right.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
Oh,
and he's going to have
this.
the first down yardage to the 35. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Space to run past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Flushed out right.
I don't know how I got away. I really don't know.
15 yards. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
He might not return that. Oh, he is.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
Oh, okay, he dropped it. I'm about to say, I'm right there. I have lurker. So didn't he activate or nothing?
That is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere.
Trying to do a quarterback draw.
Just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
He got 8 him all over the.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle.
Yeah, Justin.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. That one will be incomplete. He caught it, but could not.
I knew I should have
positioned
positioned for
the connection. They come up to the line now, facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll set up a throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Damn, Traylon, you gotta come back to the ball.
Derwin James with a pick. And the Steelers will take over here just shy.
And you come back to the ball, you can catch that, I promise.
We're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
Michael.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he checks this one down to Williams. And bulldozing his way through.
Damn, Ringo.
He goes out of bounds.
You gotta make that tackle, bro.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well.
Jock Kenneth.
They have not looked particularly good all game.
Jordan. Everybody was in on that one.
Gain and a first down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Tannehill. He's got it to Williams.
Good hit, Marsh. Oh, that's Michael. Good hit.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Back now in Pittsburgh. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a bit with old stories of your childhood in New Orleans, New York.
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate this.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derwin James with a pick.
And of course, it's just an inaccurate bullet pass for no reason.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Flag, Aiden Hutchinson, let's go.
Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
ACL sprain. Okay, it's not a tear, it's just a sprain. That's good. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. Good job, Ringo.
Left side to Bateman.
All over
that.
that.
The completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here's Tannehill.
Good job, Jalen.
Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The kick by pass is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said.
Damn, bro, y'all just didn't block at all.
And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
It's caught inside the 25.
He's Hollywood.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 83 yards. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
All right, let's see if we can get Aiden another
sack. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. A slant route caught by Bateman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit.
I don't know about that one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. And this is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Tannehill throwing again. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. We'll have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Now Tannehill. And he's got it.
Ringo.
Complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together
good job,
a very
Justin.
strong drive as a response.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defense.
There we go. That's 5 again. Aiden Hutchinson.
Sack back at the 38. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. 3rd and long. It's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
That's crazy to think about, though. The last 2 games, this man has 10.5 sacks in the last 2 games.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Looking
I thought he could get that.
Field, incomplete.
Good try, Hollywood.
So
That was a good pass for what it was,
as
too.
we get your reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30.
Hollywood.
They're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
I want to try to get Aiden 1 more sack so he can be in the at least in the record books.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go
All I need is 1.
the 21-yard line.
I need 2 to tie, 3 to break.
We have a Steeler here slow to get up. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing.
Oh, nice.
For the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Go to work, y'all. Go to work.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And makes it across the 20 as his guys set up shop at the 23-yard
and I'm going to
line.
put Aiden on the outside.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out
Who
here.
got beat like that? Marshall?
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
We got bottleneck. I forgot about it. Back on him.
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows?
You got Marshawn. You're not getting beat twice.
Interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive?
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.
Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry. My girl. You know how I go if you got one. Alright, Malik had 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor averaged 8 yards a carry. Receiving. Traylon. Hollywood. Everybody was eating. But there was the main two. Blocking, Pancakes, Makai, David. Okay. Aiden Hutchinson with 5 again. I tried to get him to 6 so he can be in the record book, but couldn't do it. I see Justin with 10 tackles though. Let's go. Interception. Derwin had 2. Kenneth had 2. Honey Badger had 1. Justin had 1. Jalen had 1. Cal had 1. And Marshawn. Forced fumble or pass deflection. That's a good one to look at. Oh, I traded Caleb Farley over here too. That's who that was. Good stuff. I could have sworn Ringo had one. I got Isaiah Oliver. I guess he didn't force fumbles. Justin had the only one, which we did not recover. Yep, get to the main menu, of course. Let's go upgrade Kenyon. The right tackle, we keep giving him pass protector. +2 pass block and a strength. Okay, pass block is a 95. Nice. Ed. We're gonna give him agile. I need his lead block to go up. He got +2 strength. Okay. Pass block is good. Run block is good. Like I said, his stuff is good, except for his run block power. I just need that lead block to go up. So yeah, guys, that is the end of this one. I get off. Hayden Hutchinson has snuck in the lead for the most sacks, which we're gonna take a look at it. Leading the team in tackles right now is Justin. He got 70. Tackle for loss, Hayden Hutchinson, and as y'all see right here, he has 21.5 sacks on the season. Michael Parsons, 3.5. Jalen Phillips, 8.5. Jermaine, 5.5. Jerry, 14 years. Man, like 36, 37. This man still can produce. He got 3.5. Justin got 1. Jordan got 1. Marshawn got 1. David Kelly, who his first game was I think his first game ever was last week, or this week. Came in, got half a sack. Cal, he got half a sack. So far, Jalen on my team is leading the lead, or not, I was about to say leading the team in picks, followed by Kenneth Murray and Honey Badger. Deflections, it should be Ringo. Yep, Ringo leads the team in deflections. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Forced fumbles, 3 for Josh. I feel like it should have been more. Justin got the most touchdowns. Safeties is Micah with 2. Aiden got 1. So like if I had to pick who should get the upgrade, I'll probably have to go with Kenneth Murray, only because Aiden Hutchinson, he should get upgraded automatically if he can finish the season leading the league in sacks. That's going to take him up to the next level. But somebody who deserves it, who's not going to get upgraded, I think it's Kenneth Murray, because with linebackers, they value tackles. And it's always been like this for years, but when you play on competitive, like we even play on 7-minute quarters, it is impossible to get a user player to lead the league in tackles. It's just impossible. I wish there was a thing like 2K to where you can have sim minutes. So those who play 2K know what it is, but it's for like the computers who get their game sim. They play on the same amount of time we play on. But right now when we simming, they playing on 12-minute quarters, and they're getting like 12 to 15 tackles a game. Each game, which I can show y'all, is putting them up in the hundreds. So the dude right here, Owen Papo, whoever this guy is leading the league in tackles. 121 compared to my 70, which if they was cut the minute restriction like me and Motec is, they would probably be down to 80, 70, somewhere around there. But like this, it's crazy. Like we can even go in here and look. Stats and contract. And it breaks it down by this. So he getting 10, 8, 9, 11, 9, 13, 8, 10. So yeah, like they're getting that. But if you was to go to, let's go to my guy, Justin. And we break it down. So he had 10 last week. He was hurt, so I understand that one. So he got 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 6, 3, 6. So the average for us, I would say, is about 5. And the average for the computer seems to be like 9. So it's kind of off by like 3. So when you do it by the end of the season, we're off by like 30 tackles. So yeah, that's my little rant. EA, if you're listening. While we here, let's go ahead and look at the yearly awards so far. These are not finals. These are just projections as of right now. Malik Willis, big fan, Joe. Malik Willis, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson. Ooh-wee. It was looking like it was going to Stephon, but Aiden came out of nowhere. Offensive Rookie of the Year. You got Kamar Wheaton. You got Dion up here. Which if I really wanted to, I can get Dion it, but it's not that big. Now this one I won't. Ringo is projected to get Defensive Player of the Year. As long as he keep doing his things, getting deflections, picks, tackles, I mean, he should have this locked up. Best quarterback, Malik Willis. Best running back right now, Joe Mixon. We up here with the conversation. Best receiver, Treylon Burks, who's balling this season. The man just turned up out of nowhere. Best O-line, Mekhi Becton. Always up here. Best D-line, Aiden Hutchinson came out of nowhere. And now he's up here. Best linebacker, Michael Parsons. Best DB, Stephon. The only way I see us winning this is if Jalen go crazy like he did that one year and get like 4 picks at the end of the season or the last game of the season. And like Stephon has to get no more in order for us to jump that and get it. Best kicker, well, I mean, I don't know. I think this stat is a little rigged. I think it's based on percentages as a whole. So like if you can kick one field goal and one regular or extra point, and since yours is 100, you'll win it. So I think this is a little rigged. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Next week we're going up against. Oh no, I don't want to quit. We got the Saints. We got the 49ers. We got the Bengals. And I don't know who we got last. We got the Jets. Dak Prescott. Alright, let's go in this one, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one.